The slums of Carthun Station smelled of rust, oil, and despair. Beneath the glittering towers where merchants and officials thrived, the underdeck was a labyrinth of shadows. Here, the broken and the unwanted clung to survival. Caliph kept her son close as they walked the narrow alleys, her cloak wrapped tight against the cold. Her scales were cracked from hunger, her once proud Zyrrani wings folded weakly at her sides. She had been a warrior's mate once, a mother in a thriving household. But war had burned her world, and the Dominion had scattered her people like ash. Now, all she had was her child, Lorien. He coughed again, the sound tearing through her heart. His small frame trembled beneath the cloak. "Mama, I'm cold." "I know," Caliph whispered, pulling him closer. "Just a little further." She had one chance left. A place in the station's heart where everything could be bought or bartered, the exchange hall. If she could find someone, anyone, willing to take them and perhaps her son might live. The exchange hall was loud, filled with the voices of merchants hawking wares, smugglers trading whispers, and desperate souls offering themselves for labor. Caliph forced herself forward, her claws shaking. She saw others bartering strength, skills, even organs. The Dominion had turned desperation into commerce, and no one batted an eye. When no one looked her way, she raised her voice. "Please," she cried, holding Lorien before her. "He is only a child. He needs warmth, food. I will work. I will clean, fight, cook, anything you ask. Just help him." Her plea was swallowed by laughter. A Trask merchant sneered. Another beggar. "The brat looks half dead already." A pair of smugglers shook their heads. "Not worth it. Too much baggage." Caliph's throat burned with humiliation. She sank to her knees, wings dragging the filthy floor. "Please," she whispered, her pride shattering. "Take me. Spare him. I will give myself, my strength, my skills, my life. Only let my son live." For a long moment, no one moved. And then, a voice broke the silence. "I'll take them." Caliph looked up. The speaker was human. He stood tall in worn boots and a pilot's jacket, his dark hair tied back, his jaw shadowed with stubble. His eyes, steady, brown, and impossibly kind, rested on her and her child without mockery. Gasps rippled through the hall. Humans were still new to the galactic frontier, unpredictable and strange. Most saw them as reckless fools. Why would one involve himself here? The man stepped closer. "I'll take you both." Caliph's claws curled against the floor. "Why?" she rasped. He crouched so his gaze met Lorien's. "Because no child should beg for life in a place like this." His name was Captain Elias Ward. He led them out of the hall and through the docking bays to his ship, a battered freighter called the Wayfarer's Hope. Its hull bore scars from old battles, but its interior was clean, lived in. Caliph hovered in the entryway, clutching Lorien. We cannot pay you." Elias shook his head. "I didn't ask for payment. You'll be safe here. That's enough." Her breath caught. In her world, nothing was ever given without price. Yet his words carried no deceit. Lorien tugged her sleeve. "Mama, it's warm." "Warm. Safe." Caliph felt her knees weaken. Days became weeks. Caliph, restless, insisted on working. She cleaned the galley, repaired loose wiring with deft claws, and cooked meals with a few spices she had salvaged from her homeworld. Elias accepted it without complaint, though he never demanded it. "Your cooking could make a fortune planetside," he said one evening as he ate her stew. She flushed. "It is just food." "No," he said firmly. "It's more. It's comfort. Something most of us out here forget exists." For the first time in years, Caliph felt seen, not as a burden, but as someone of worth. Trouble came sooner than expected. A Dominion patrol hailed the Wayfarer's Hope, demanding inspection. Elias's jaw tightened. "They'll take you if they see you," he warned Caliph. Her wings twitched. "Then let me hide." But Lorian's coughing gave them away. The officer's eyes narrowed at the sound. Unauthorized passengers. Zyrrani fugitives, no less. Contraband. Calitha's heart froze. She stepped forward. "Please take me. Leave my son." But Elias's voice cut through the tension like a blade. "No one's taking them." His hand hovered over the console that armed the ship's defense grid. "You want trouble? Try me." The officer hesitated. Humans were dangerous, reckless, fearless, unpredictable. After a tense moment, the patrol withdrew. Caliph stared at Elias in shock. "You risked everything." He turned to her calmly. "You offered yourself to save your child. I only did the same." Her chest ached. She had expected cruelty, indifference, never this. As weeks passed into months, the three of them grew inseparable. Elias taught Lorian how to read star maps, how to tighten a bolt, how to laugh without fear. Caliph found herself smiling more, her pride softened by gratitude. One night, as the ship drifted between stars, she asked the question that had burned in her since the exchange hall. "Why did you take us?" Elias looked out the viewport at the endless dark. "Because when I was young, my mother once begged strangers to help me. Most turned away. One didn't. I've never forgotten. Humanity, we don't leave people behind. Not if we can help it." Calitha's throat tightened. He had given them more than survival. He had given them dignity, hope, a future. The turning point came when they landed on a frontier colony. Supplies were scarce, and colonists eyed strangers with suspicion. But when Caliph shared her cooking, rich stews, spiced breads, the suspicion melted into gratitude. "Food like this brings people together," a colonist said, tears in her eyes. "We thought we'd lost everything. But this, it feels like home again." Elias glanced at Caliph with quiet pride. "Told you." That night, as Lorian slept peacefully in a real bed, Caliph whispered, "You gave us more than we dreamed. Safety, family, a place to belong." Elias smiled faintly. "Maybe that's what we all need." Years later, travelers spoke of the human captain and the Zyrrani mother and child who brought not just cargo, but warmth wherever they went. Caliph never forgot the exchange hall, the jeers, the silence, the moment she was ready to give everything to save her son. But more than that, she never forgot the man who gave without asking. A mother's desperate offer had been answered, and a human's kindness had turned despair into a new beginning. They were no longer broken. They were home,